édition, afin de vous inviter à prendre part et à vous insérer dans ce programme extrêmement enrichissant. Je vous invite à regarder cette petite vidéo.
Special economic zones have become the engine to promote sustainable industrial development in Africa by attracting quality foreign direct investment, delivering state-of-the-art infrastructure, accelerating industrial transformation, promoting export diversification, and levelling up the continent's position in global value chains. There are now more than 220 SEZs in Africa, developed over 140,000 hectares of land dedicated to the implementation of industrial, logistics and trade facilities. Close to $5 billion has been invested for SEZ development, and more than 5 million jobs created across the continent. African SEZs are fostering industrial spillovers, upgrading local capacities, spurring GDP growth, and promoting continent-wide integration in line with the African Continental Free Trade Area. The Africa Economic Zones Organization, ISO, was founded by Tanger Med Group in 2015 to realize the potential of a homegrown model for African SEZs. ISO boasts a membership of 85 SEZ authorities spanning 45 countries. Through its comprehensive action plan, ISO offers strategic and technical assistance to its members, promoting best practices and advocating for sustainable economic models. It fosters collaborative frameworks for cross-border and intersectoral partnerships, upgrading African SEZ capabilities. ISO connects African SEZs with a global network of international institutions, such as the African Union Commission, the African Development Bank, UNCTAD, UNIDO, and others, unlocking the potential of transcontinental connections and facilitating strong alliances with policymakers, institutional investors, and international financial institutions. Following successful editions in Abidjan, Addis Ababa, Accra, and Abuja, the ISO Annual Meeting 2023 is held in Tanger, Morocco, in partnership with the African Union Commission. Under the theme, Fostering Sustainable Industrialization and Economic Diversification, a roadmap for African Special Economic Zones, the ISO Annual Meeting 2023 invites us to address shared interests, to build coalitions and to chart a path forward towards a more vibrant and prosperous Africa.
Very nice, and that video
Intéressant, très
perhaps a better
bonne vidéo
introduction
qui fera une meilleure présentation que celle que je pourrais faire. Quelques statistiques que vous avez vues. Aujourd'hui, nous avons plus de 300 participants, des représentants de 60 zones économiques africaines, 48 pays sont représentés. Bienvenue à vous, bienvenue, merci pour votre temps et d'être ici. L'événement est hébergé par Tanger Med en partenariat avec la Commission de l'Union africaine, l'AUC, la Banque de développement africaine, ANTA, UNIDO et également le Gateway EU. C'est donc un événement, un partenariat multilatéral. Cela vous donne un petit peu le goût de cet événement pour plusieurs raisons. J'ai envie de dire que c'est un jour Thanksgiving, c'est un jour férié aujourd'hui aux États-Unis. Donc désolé, je ne peux pas partager la dinde avec vous tous, comme est la tradition dans mon pays, pour plusieurs raisons. Pas simplement pour l'opportunité de nous rassembler à cet endroit magnifique, visiter Tanger pour la première fois, mais également visiter demain notre hôte, Tanger Med, et nous devons le dire, qui est une véritable success story dans le cadre des zones économiques spéciales. Très important également, je suis très reconnaissant d'être ici et d'échanger avec des zones économiques des quatre coins du monde, également de pouvoir rencontrer des parties prenantes de premier ordre. En premier ordre, ça n'est pas simplement le bon endroit ici à Tanger avec les bonnes personnes, mais c'est également le bon moment en ces temps extrêmement difficiles, un environnement difficile concernant les investissements globaux. Mon collègue va partager avec vous quelques statistiques. Nous avons un certain nombre de signes économiques qui sont assez inquiétants et ceci nuit à l'enthousiasme des investisseurs. Il y a un certain nombre de signes de récession. Ainsi, les promoteurs en termes d'investissement et les investisseurs connaissent un temps assez difficile. Vous le savez certainement, mais le paysage de l'investissement mondial évolue de manière extrêmement rapide. C'est une sorte de puzzle qui a été éparpillé et qu'il faudrait reconstruire. Et ce que je veux dire, c'est qu'il y a des pays qui essayent de trouver le bon endroit, également de trouver la bonne chaîne de valeur. Cela est une véritable complexité, des opportunités pour les pays que vous représentez, d'essayer de trouver le bon endroit dans cette nouvelle chaîne de valeur. En Afrique, il faut le dire, est une destination d'investissement, selon moi, et au vu de plusieurs experts FDI, en termes d'investissement direct étrangers, il faut savoir que c'est un moment très intéressant. Les investisseurs essayent d'agir de manière extrêmement importante. On parle des énergies renouvelables, de l'agro-industrie et d'autres. La liste n'est pas exhaustive pour essayer de renforcer les capacités et les compétences technologiques. Il faut savoir que les zones franches en Afrique améliorent la connectivité, ce qui soutient le développement. Donc, ainsi, les zones économiques sont un catalyseur très important pour la transformation économique que nous voyons en Afrique, comme elles le sont dans d'autres endroits du monde. Donc, ceci va mener le débat aujourd'hui et demain matin. Et ainsi, je vais passer le micro par la suite à nos experts qui sont avec nous pour parler des questions techniques et stratégiques. Et au cours de cette discussion, nous allons écouter des représentants de zones économiques spéciales concernant les perspectives économiques. Vous verrez sur le programme que c'est beaucoup plus interactif avec un format style atelier. Ainsi, j'aimerais vous inviter de prendre votre part à ces échanges en tant que public. Interagissez avec nos experts pour pouvoir construire un dialogue. Ça serait certainement sympa, si vous me permettez l'expression. En premier lieu, j'aimerais m'excuser. Les noms qui sont sur le programme, j'aimerais que vous m'excusiez si j'écorche un petit peu ces noms en tant qu'anglophone. Parfois, j'écorche un petit peu les noms de nos chers intervenants. Donc, veuillez m'excuser par avance si j'écorche un peu vos noms. Et je dis cela avec le plus grand respect. En premier lieu, l'ouverture, le discours d'ouverture, et également quelques mots de notre hôte, notre invité d'honneur. Je parle de M. Tanger Med, qui est le PDG de Tanger Med et de la zone économique spéciale de l'organisation des zones économiques africaines.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you.
Bonjour à tout le monde. Merci. Merci, Courtet, pour cette présentation extrêmement notable. Monsieur le Président de la région Tanger-Tétouan-Klahzima, Monsieur le Président de Aouda, Monsieur le Secrétaire principal de la Chambre d'investissement du Kenya, Monsieur le Président de l'Organisation des zones franches internationales, Mesdames et Messieurs, chers amis, soyez les bienvenus à Tanger, c'est un plaisir et je suis très heureux de vous recevoir pour la 8e assemblée annuelle de la zone économique spéciale africaine. Nous sommes à Tanger, la ville qui a connu la naissance de cette organisation en 2015. J'aimerais également étendre mes remerciements à l'Union africaine pour sa collaboration et également pour la co-organisation de la 6e symposium de la zone économique spéciale et qui en fait renforce l'implication jointe pour le développement des zones africaines spéciales en Afrique. Et cela revêt une grande importance en Afrique. Cette aventure a commencé en 2015. Il vise à soutenir le développement d'un modèle africain de zone économique spéciale, pouvoir promouvoir le partage de pratiques économiques durables et de pouvoir connecter les zones économiques africaines entre elles et avec le monde. Aujourd'hui, notre organisation connaît 85 membres, 45 pays sont représentés. Cela a mis sur pied également une empreinte continentale véritable, également des partenariats très importants avec de grandes organisations. La liste n'est pas exhaustive, mais je pourrais parler de l'Union africaine, l'UNCTAD, l'UNIDO, la Banque de développement africaine, et les enjeux auxquels nous devons faire face aujourd'hui. Alors que les zones économiques sont extrêmement nombreuses, les infrastructures, le développement doivent jouer un rôle majeur afin de renforcer et conduire le développement économique. Nous devons nous assurer que nous développons la logistique en parallèle avec les secteurs et les industries et les zones économiques spéciales doivent également maximiser les IED, les investissements étrangers directs, également avoir un rôle en termes de promotion de l'emploi sur un continent qui est rempli de potentiel. Notre continent, il faut le dire, est celui d'un marché. Nous sommes plus de 1,2 milliard, 60% de la population qui a moins de 25 ans. Au-delà des chocs auxquels nous avons dû faire face, les économiques africaines sont restées résilientes. Une croissance économique 3,8% en 2022 et qui pourrait continuer à augmenter à 4,1% au cours des 2 prochaines années. Mais nous devons également faire face à des enjeux, à des défis. Et j'aimerais en soulever quelques-uns en premier lieu. Et ce sont le manque d'échanges interafricains qui est inférieur à 20% par rapport à d'autres blocs régionaux, notamment l'Europe et l'Asie. Alors que la SLECAF, la zone de libre-échange africaine, est une véritable opportunité pour un marché unique et pour améliorer l'intégration du marché sur notre continent, si nous pouvons faire face aux lacunes en termes d'infrastructures et également le besoin de réindustrialisation. Les lacunes en termes d'infrastructures sont ici. On parle de 170 milliards de dollars pour mettre fin à cette faille en termes d'infrastructures aéroportuaires, ferroviaires, portuaires. La liste n'est pas exhaustive. La contribution au PIB est au-delà de 20%, alors que c'est le chiffre actuel. Ainsi, nous voulons croire dans le rôle des zones économiques spéciales pour jouer un rôle clé et d'être en première ligne de l'innovation, d'agir en tant qu'un aimant pour les activités économiques et également un facilitateur en termes de commerce interrégional. Les zones économiques spéciales, nous reconnaissons de sang au cours du continent, parfois en termes d'industrie, de logistique, de services, et elles ont prouvé qu'elles étaient un modèle majeur pour attirer les IED, les investissements économiques directs, et également la capacité des zones économiques spéciales de s'inscrire dans un développement durable sont enracinés dans leur objectif stratégique, la qualité des modèles sélectionnés, mais également la qualité de leur mise en œuvre. Le Maroc, le deuxième plus grand investisseur en Afrique, montre un engagement politique robuste pour le succès des de l'intégration africaine. Sa Majesté, dans son dernier discours, a souligné l'importance de renforcer la connectivité des pays, le Maroc, avec nos partenaires voisins en Afrique. Ainsi, notre capacité à Tanger Med, nous allons continuer à travailler ensemble avec nos amis, nos partenaires, afin de nous assurer d'un développement cohérent des zones économiques spéciales en Afrique. Je vous souhaite une très bonne réunion, une très bonne convention. Nous pouvons travailler ensemble pour que les zones économiques spéciales puissent renforcer un modèle économique qui soit couronné de succès sur notre continent.
Thank you very much. So,
Merci,
as you would have
merci
seen in
beaucoup.
the video,
Comme vous l'avez vu dans la
UNCTAD
vidéo,
is a very important
l'UNCTAD
partner.
est un partenaire de premier ordre de l'AESO, la zone économique spéciale africaine, dans le développement. Donc maintenant, au nom de l'UNCTAD, et pour donner un petit peu des initiatives, maintenant j'aimerais inviter Dr Richard Bovin, qui est directeur de l'UNCTAD et du département de recherche. Nous recevons donc le représentant de la CNUSED, le docteur Richard Baldwin.
Thank you very much.
Merci Courtney.
Good morning, everyone.
Merci, bonjour tout le monde.
I will present you with a few gloomy
J'aimerais
statistics
vous donner quelques statistiques
and try to expand on that a little bit.
et j'essaierai
Some of the opportunities
d'élaborer là-dessus concernant
that we
les
see
opportunités. Donc je vais vous proposer quelques statistiques assez sombres.
As you know,
Comme vous le savez, la CNUSED, l'UNCTAD en anglais, nous sommes impliqués dans l'organisation des zones économiques depuis 2019. Nous sommes présents à vos réunions. Nous avons une collaboration extrêmement fructueuse avec vous. Et comme Courtney l'a souligné à travers cette époque, j'ai dû proposer quelques statistiques concernant les investissements internationaux qui, au cours des dernières années, se sont assombris, il faut le dire. Voilà les tendances concernant du rapport international d'investissement CNUSED. C'est le rapport annuel concernant l'investissement international. Et vous voyez que pour 2022, l'IED, les investissements directs étrangers, les IDE, ont baissé de 12%. Si on parle également des différents types d'investissements directs, en termes d'éléments transfrontaliers, les projets que l'on qualifie et projets également Greenfield ont baissé, ont augmenté de 15%. Les acquisitions et les fusions au sein des IDE ont baissé dernièrement dans l'investissement mondial, le rapport d'investissement mondial. Nous avons souligné que nous allions faire face à des difficultés. Il y a des craintes de récession. Les chiffres de l'inflation au début de l'année soulignent un certain nombre d'inquiétudes, des conflits qui nuisent à la planète. Nous avons donc vu une pression à la baisse concernant les investissements internationaux. Vous avez donc les chiffres de le premier semestre 2023 pour vous donner un petit peu de matière à discussion pour les échanges que nous allons avoir au cours de ces 2 jours. Donc, ce que nous voyons, c'est que les nouveaux projets, les projets entièrement nouveaux ont tendance à baisser 18% pour la première année. Et nous nous attendons à ce que cette tendance continue pour le 2e semestre. Donc, une baisse en termes de nouveaux projets. Donc, cela est en fait une sorte toile de fond. C'est la toile de fond de l'environnement dans lequel nous évoluons. Qu'est-ce qui a causé tout cela? J'en ai déjà parlé. La toile de fond macroéconomique et la toile de fond socio-économique avec une fragmentation géopolitique à travers le monde, des crises, les tendances de restructuration de la production internationale. J'ai parlé nous avons des tentatives positives qui sont des projets dans l'industrie à des investissements. Donc ce passage des projets infrastructurels, alors que nous essayons de la baisse en termes avec plus d'investissements cette année, même cela tend à ralentir parce que les projets internationaux dépendent des marchés internationaux qui aujourd'hui subissent une hausse des intérêts inusibles. Donc c'est un petit peu la toile de fond de notre environnement. Je viens des Nations Unies, Cette, donc j'aimerais parler des d'investissement et les objectifs de développement durable. C'est que on voit les tendances de l'année dernière, donc 2022, et les tendances de 2015. Les ODD ont été adoptés en 2015 par le système des Nations Unies. Donc, nous sommes chemin parce que les ODD font partie de l'agenda en 2030. Nous sommes à mi-chemin dans le cadre de notre agenda de développement. Nous pouvons déjà procéder à des mesures. Si on regarde les infrastructures au cours des dernières années, on a vu une tendance positive en 2009. Les énergies renouvelables ont augmenté. C'est une zone de croissance. L'eau est les projets également d'assainissement d'eau, hein. On a également connu un certain nombre d'événements positifs. Vous voyez que la croissance depuis 2015 est assez sur 7 ans. On a dit qu'en 2015, il fallait essayer de réduire la faille de 2,5 milliards par année. Nous aurions voulu voir plus d'investissements en termes d'ODD. C'est vrai qu'il faut dire les failles, les lacunes en termes d'investissement, en termes d'ODD. C'est important. Donc, tendance en Afrique notamment. Donc, voilà quelques chiffres pour 2015. Pour l'Afrique, et le pic en 2019, nous sommes en voie de reprise, et maintenant nous sommes un peu en dessous des niveaux que nous avions lors de notre pic en 2019 et quelques années auparavant. Il faut se rattraper. C'est qui sont plus importants pour vous, les économiques, les matières. Une fois de plus, et les niveaux sont pré-Covid. Le niveau le plus élevé, c'est en termes de transformation alimentaire, également l'investissement en termes du secteur automobile, des tendances faibles sur le secteur pharmaceutique et textile. That's the backdrop. Now, in the past, if we look at what we've been talking about,
ce qu'on a mentionné durant les dernières années, c'est plutôt en 2019, le secteur de l'industrie durant cette
huge growth in international industrial infrastructure, in special economic zones. The numbers of special economic zones are increasing fast. But
d'investissement Greenfield, il y avait il fallait faire attention au secteur d'investissement et tendance. Une année après notre réunion, nous avons parlé de réforme d'impôts. Et après cela est venu en force. Et durant les dernières années, tout ce qu'on a mentionné est devenu plus que jamais pertinent. Et l'année dernière et cette année, on a parlé un peu de l'impact de l'économie numérique ou digitale et aussi pour les investissements directs régionaux et aussi étrangers et les investissements dans les zones régionales. Nous avons soulevé ces questions dans notre ordre du jour. Et il y avait un forum sur l'investissement qui a eu lieu à Abu Dhabi. On a traité quelques recommandations clés que nous avions reprises durant les dernières années. On a parlé de zones de modèles d'ODD et nous avions 50 zones qui étaient considérées et c'était des zones modèles. Et on a basé notre étude sur 3 éléments. Le premier, le degré auquel ces zones soutiennent la gouvernance sociale des entreprises. Et le deuxième point qu'on a évoqué, et on a réalisé beaucoup de recherches sur cela, les normes et standards pour responsabilité sociale et faciliter l'accès aux services dans ces zones et améliorer la performance dans les zones en général. C'est là qu'on est réunis aujourd'hui. Tour des zones en Afrique. Il y a d'entrepreneuriat dans notre zone. Cette j'espère voir ce point figurer lors du jour. Comment on peut promouvoir les investissements pour les PME et comme j'ai déjà mentionné auparavant et aussi les investissements à large échelle et les investissements industriels qui touchent ce genre d'investissement. Il est opportun d'étudier les alternatives à ce genre d'investissement. Et un critère sur lesquels nous sommes un modèle d'ODD qu'on peut promouvoir cette investissement. On a parlé de l'eau, de l'assainissement, d'énergie renouvelable, la santé, l'agroalimentaire, etc.
First of all, renewables. It is the one sector where investment is growing very fast. If I look around the investment performance of African countries over the past 2 years, right? If I look at the top 5 projects in your countries, almost in every country out of the top 5, 2 or 3 projects of the largest projects are in renewables, right? So this is the one sector that is really that's really growing. So there are opportunities here to build, to promote not just investment in renewables to service the zones and to service the areas around the zones, but also to attract investment in the renewables value chain. So this is one area that I feel is a real opportunity for you. The second one, during the World Investment Forum, together with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN, we had an agri-food systems forum, right? There were a lot of themes there, but a very important theme was the promotion of investment in processing, in waste management, in technologies for the improvement of productivity in agri-food systems. One of the biggest opportunities identified there was the promotion of economic zones, industrial parks to attract investment in agri-food processing, also to affect agricultural production in the countries around them. Finally, health sector. I was recently in The Hague at the World Local Production Forum. This is a World Health Organization meeting where that promotes the production in developing countries of medicines. We did actually quite a lot of work in East Africa over the past 2 years, in Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, to look at the business case for the promotion of local medicine production in these countries. Now, the choice there for health ministries is either to import medicines or to pursue sort of a mixed model with imports of what they call active ingredients of medicines and local formulation, packaging, and so forth. We looked at the business case and found that there is an opportunity there to promote investment. However, it does involve providing subsidies and shaping the market for medicines through the health ministry. So really here, one of the biggest opportunities identified both in this World Local Production Forum and at the World Investment Forum was, can we identify models for special economic zones to promote clusters of pharmaceutical production, which could get a lot of support from the international community to develop. I mentioned already some elements that I've seen on the agenda for you for the coming 2 days, from maximizing the opportunity with industrial development, which I've shown with the numbers is a really important priority, digital economy, promotion of ESG performance, and the promotion of SME investment and SME development in and around the zone. So I believe that in your agenda over the coming 2 days, you're touching on all these important themes. I really wish you successful deliberations on all of these, and I'm looking forward to hearing some exciting outcomes of all these discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Richard. It's great to have these data and insights to help contextualize the further discussions we will have throughout the day and actually give us a realistic picture of the environment for investment in which we are operating. So next we were due to have with us His Excellency Albert Muchanga, Commissioner for Economic Development, Trade, Industry and Mining for the African Union Commission. Sadly, he has been unable to join us, but fortunately, Chiza Charles Newton Chiamya, Director for Industry, Minerals, Entrepreneurship and Tourism in the Commission, is going to stand in his stead and share a statement. So I will invite him now.
Your Excellency, Mr. Muhammad Al-Zoun, Executive Chairman, Dubai Integrated Economic Zones Authority, and Chairman of the World Free Zones Organization, Mr. Mehdi Tazlifi, the CEO for Tanger Med Group and President of the African Economic Zones Organization, who are also our hosts today. Your Excellency, Madam Nados Bekele Thomas, the CEO of Auda NEPAD, Your Honor Abubakar Hassan Abubakar, Principal Secretary, State Department for Investment Promotion, Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. Richard Bodwin, Director, Investments, Research and Branch of ANCTAD, representatives of all African special economic zones, as well as regional economic communities present here, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. As you have heard from the introduction, His Excellency Albert Muchanga wanted really to be with us today, but unfortunately, due to exigencies of duty, he is not able to join us. He has asked me to stand in his stead. However, he sends his fraternal greetings to all of you and is looking forward to the outcomes of this meeting. I therefore deliver these remarks on his behalf. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, the African Union Commission is honored to be here today at the opening of the 6th Symposium on Special Economic Zones of Africa during this annual meeting. I would like to extend our gratitude to the Kingdom of Morocco for hosting this important event, and to the African Economic Zone Organization, AEZO, and all the partners for their contribution to making this meeting possible. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, in the short time provided, I would like to share our reflections on the theme of the meeting, which is fostering sustainable industrialization and economic diversification, a roadmap for African special economic zones. The first reflection in this regard is on the transformative power of special economic zones. SEZs have emerged as a powerful tool for driving economic transformation across Africa. By providing a favorable business environment, SEZs attract foreign direct investments, foster innovations, and promote job creation. And according to UNCTAD, Africa is home to about 220 to 230 special economic zones, with more than half of them operational currently. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, our second reflection is that SEZs have proved to be a catalyst for sustainable industrialization and economic diversification, as well as a tool for inclusive growth and sustainable development. SEZs are playing a crucial role in promoting sustainable industrialization and economic diversification in Africa. A recent study that was done by African Development Bank found that SEZs in Africa have contributed an average increase in economic growth about 2.5% per annum. Additionally, SEZs have created millions of jobs and attracted billions of dollars in foreign direct investments. As we strive to achieve sustainable industrialization and economic diversification, it is therefore essential that we ensure that the benefits of SEZs reach all segments of society. We must create opportunities for local communities to participate in SEZ and share in the economic gains that SEZ brings. Additionally, we must integrate sustainable principles into SEZ planning and design to protect the environment and conserve our natural resources. The previous speaker talked about ECG, which is very important when we are designing our special economic zones. Distinguished participants, there are a number of steps that we need to take to ensure that our roadmap on SEZ effectively contributes to sustainable industrialization and economic diversification. First is to look at the participation of our micro, small, and medium enterprises, which are the backbone of our economy. SMEs account for 90% of businesses and employ over 80% of our workforce, especially here in Africa. By integrating SMEs into SEZ, we can unleash their potential and entrepreneurial spirit and drive economic growth at the grassroots level. A recent study that we have done, and I think it will be shared with you tomorrow, shows that an enabling business ecosystem for SMEs within Africa economic zones face several challenges in operating. These challenges include access to finance, access to markets, skills and capacity development, and regulatory and administrative hurdles. All these challenges are actually not new. These are things that we already know. However, what is important now is to move beyond the challenges and implement solutions to these challenges. Among other solutions that have been suggested is the establishment of dedicated SME support centers within SEZ, developing targeted financial instruments for them, and providing training and capacity building programs, as well as streamlining regulatory procedures for them to operate effectively. On the program that we have, we'll be sharing the outcomes of these studies, as well as in the near future, in 2024, we'll be taking these recommendations to the African Union policy organs for endorsement. By implementing these recommendations, we can create an enabling environment for SMEs and help them to thrive within special economic zones. Secondly, we need to enhance the logistics for seamless trade and connectivity. Efficient logistics networks are essential for the success of SEZ and for Africa's economic development. However, Africa still faces significant infrastructure challenges that the previous speakers have already alluded to. We must invest in infrastructure development and to enhance logistics and facilitate seamless trade and connectivity across the continent. Thirdly, we need to harness the power of the fourth industrial revolution. This too is very crucial, as the fourth industrial revolution is bringing about rapid technological advancements that have the potential to transform economies across the world. SEZ can serve as hubs for innovation and adoption of fourth industrial revolution technologies such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and big data analytics are crucial for an SEZ of the future. By embracing the fourth industrial revolution, Africa can leapfrog into a new era of economic growth and competitiveness. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, fourthly, on the policy front, integrating SEZ in originating products into the local market under the FCFTA is also crucial. The SEZ concept was mainly developed to enhance country exports. However, the domestic markets need to be saved too. Under the FCFTA, this market is now worth about $3 trillion and with 1.3 billion customers and consumers in the continent. In this regard, the African Union Commission is pleased to note that new progress has been made in integrating SEZ originating products into the FCFTA. I think we have a special program tomorrow where we are going to look into that. Under the FCFTA rules of origin now, products originating from SEZ will be eligible for preferential treatment if they meet certain requirements, such as a minimum value, added threshold, and local content requirements. This will encourage SEZ to produce high-quality goods and service that can compete in the FCFTA market. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to conclude and state the following. We would like to urge you to consider the following points as we debate in the next 2 days. SEZ must be designed and implemented in a way that promotes inclusive and sustainable development. They should foster participation of SMEs to create opportunities for entrepreneurs and small businesses, including women and youth entrepreneurs. SEZ can play an important role in addressing logistics challenges and promoting regional integration. We therefore should consider cross-border SEZ establishment in the continent. SEZ should harness the power of innovation to drive competitiveness and economic growth. I am therefore confident that the discussion and outcomes of this meeting will contribute significantly to fostering the role of SEZ in fostering sustainable industrialization and economic diversification. I wish you very fruitful deliberations, and I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for stepping in to share those comments. And now, among our guests of honor, we are extremely delighted to have with us Her Excellency Nardos Bekele Thomas, CEO of AUDA NEPAD, which is the African Union Development Agency. I'm very pleased to invite now Her Excellency to come and share some words.
Good morning, everybody. So wonderful to be here, and thank you for hosting us here and for the hospitality. I would like to salute Dr. Mohammed Azrouni, who is the chairperson of the World, I think, Economic Zones. Thank you very much, and so wonderful to know you and to be able to participate with you. Would also like to recognize Dr. Samir Hamrouni, who is the Chief Executive Officer. Would also like to salute Mr. Abdelatif Afailal, who is the President of the, I can't see, I don't know why my eyes are so bad, La Région Tanger. So thank you so much. And the President du Conseil de la Région, who I suppose is like the governor of this region, for hosting us. I would also like my own country's PS, the Principal Secretary of Kenya, and my former colleague, Richard Bolwigen, and also would like to recognize my colleagues from the AU. And if I have forgotten people of dignitaries, I know all of you are dignitaries. So I salute you all. You are all eminent people. And thank you for being here. And it's so wonderful for me to be here as the CEO of the African Union Development Agency, an agency that was created in 2018 and came to existence, actually came to life in literally 2022, because the 2 years, I always say that, you know, my age has been reduced by 2 years. So when they ask me, I just subtract 2 years because of the COVID. So literally it was like a standstill. And now in 2022, using, you know, all the best practices and all the successes of NEPAD, we have come to being operational in 2022. But we are building on the beautiful and wonderful success stories that my predecessor, Dr. Mayaki, had left to me. And I would like really to recognize him, and I always salute him in all my messages. Without further ado, I will say Sabah al-Khair. It's an honor and privilege for me to be here today in the beautiful white city of Tangier, where history meets the future. Today, we stand at a pivotal moment to promote a shared vision and clear implementable roadmap to redefine the trajectory of our continent's inclusive and sustainable development through special economic zones. Ladies and gentlemen, the transformation of SCZs is not just an African imperative, but a global one. The African Economic Zone outlook of 2021 indicates that over 200 operational SCZ, and you said it, in Africa, and 73 more are anticipated in the next couple of years. This highlights their significance in our economic landscape. Globally, ladies and gentlemen, emerging economies now have more than 12,000 SEZs. This figure is expected to soar, driven by announced plans to spend more significant funds on SEZs. For example, the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Saudi Arabia plans to invest 500 billion in NEOM, a planned city-sized SEZ. China plans to spend 2 trillion on several hundred overseas SEZs within its Belt and Road Initiative. In this respect, SEZs can potentially reshape Africa's future by promoting export-oriented growth, creating jobs, particularly for women and youth. I'm very, very, invested in this and contributing to accelerated structural transformation and economic integration agendas. Furthermore, the vast opportunities spurred by starting trading under the AFCFTA in January 2021 further leverages SEZ's potential. While the potential of the SEZs is immense, realizing this potential requires a transformative approach. This is simply because empirical evidence suggests that many African SEZs are still far from achieving their envisaged objectives. Most importantly, many African SEZs have remained isolated, enclaved, and failed to dynamize their surrounding industries at all levels, nationally, regionally, and continentally. And they lack the necessary value and supply chains. And they lack also the creation of these forward and backward linkages that we need. This brings me, therefore, to the heart of our discussion, the need to create adequate instruments to support the development of the 73 anticipated African SEZs and operationalize the existing ones. Cognizant of its mandate as the development agency of the African Union, AUDA-NEPAD has created the service delivery mechanism for SEZs, which we call SDM SEZs, in response to that pressing need. In this juncture, it's important to note that AUDA-NEPAD-led SDM SEZs isn't just another initiative. It is a real game changer and a springboard for the efficient and effective realization of African SEZs. The SDM SEZs stands as a comprehensive platform designated to overcome the challenges SEZs face. It embodies a holistic approach encompassing early project preparation, risk mitigation, capacity building, partnership development, and resource mobilization. This mechanism is pivotal in bridging implementation challenges and ensuring that SEZs are economically vibrant, sustainable, and integrated within the broader economic framework of our nations. Let's delve deeper into the transformative potential of the SDM SEZ. First, early project preparation. The SDM SEZ provides critical support in the nascent stages of SEZ development, from feasibility studies to regulatory frameworks, ensuring a solid foundation for success. Two, de-risking SEZ projects. The mechanism will offer robust risk management strategies to promote investor confidence and project sustainability. Three, capacity building. The mechanism will facilitate training and technical assistance to build the expertise required to operate SEZs efficiently. Four, partnership development. The mechanism will foster strategic partnerships in resource mobilization and knowledge exchange and transfer. And knowledge building. Five, resource mobilization. The SDM SEZ will play a central role in accessing financial resources and ensuring the viability and growth of SEZs. Ladies and gentlemen, along with the creation of the SDM SEZ, AUDA-NEPAD advocates for focusing on four key areas at the macro level to progressively reinvigorate SEZs in Africa and ensure they are not isolated enclaves, but integral components of our economic fabric. First, empowerment of African human capital, particularly women and youth, as the principal recipe for success in an increasingly competitive economic environment. Audanepar's flagship initiative, that's my initiative, I love it, Energize Africa, will catalyze innovation and help member states establish innovation hubs with the necessary processes to recognize and showcase top innovators and secure their innovation pipelines. Second, accelerated backward and forward interlinkages with the surrounding economic fabric at all levels as a necessary success factor. Audanepad diligently promotes the cross-border value chain approach with the participation of all relevant stakeholders at all levels, focusing on unleashing the private sector, especially the MSMEs. Our Audanepad-led initiative include the Homegrown Solutions Accelerator, the African Kaizen Initiative, and the 100 Million MSMEs Initiative. Third, African SEZs reinvigoration could be further spurred by attendant economic transformation. Among the traditional industries, Audanepad is working to support the critical launch pads to industrialization, including agro-processing, manufacturing, particularly the pharmaceutical products. Besides, we are also working to advance alternative industrialization pathways to green transition and mineral development, including blue economy industries and tradable services such as tourism and ICT, which have gained increasing momentum in Africa. Fourth, adequate high-quality soft and hard infrastructure is crucial. Audanepad's PIDA program that you know, but also its integrated corridor approach is a success story to tell in developing adequate hard and soft infrastructure, including standards and conformity, information and energy to reinvigorate Africa's SEZs. Additionally, this approach is crucial in addressing the cross-border trade facilitation challenges by establishing a one-stop border post, the OSBP, as you know. And also the traffic light that we have established in most of the borders. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude my remarks by reiterating Audanepad's unwavering and unequivocal commitment to work together with all of you, all relevant stakeholders, to reinvigorate SEZs as a catalyst for a prosperous, equitable, and resilient Africa in alignment with Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. Thank you very much for having me and looking forward to our collaboration.
Oh, ma'am. Oh. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I have done that myself too many times on stage, so please don't worry. All is fine. Next among our esteemed guest of honor is the Honorable Abubakar Hassan Abubakar, the Principal Secretary in the State Department for Investment Promotion in the Ministry of Investment, Trade, and Industry of Kenya. I would like to invite him to come make his remarks.
Thank you very much. The leadership of the world special economic zones, Africa special economic zones organizations, leadership of the Africa Union Commission, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, I'd like to bring greetings from Kenya. Kenya is the country of the world's great marathoners. We now have the new king of marathon. 2, Kenya is the home of human origin. It has now been scientifically proved that is where humanity began. So you all come from Kenya. And as the world is facing the danger to its existence because of the climate change, you can see our president is championing that agenda so that you can always stay safe and you can come home when you want to. But the most important thing is a country which boasts itself with the greenability of its energy. 92% of Kenyan energy is green. His Excellency the President, let me quote His Excellency the President Ruto. He said that Africa is the future, and not the future of African people or the African continent, but the future of the world. Africa is the next global economic power. It is the next frontier of new industrial revolution, driven by green industrialization and digitization and powered by green and sustainable investment. This meeting is coming at the backdrop of the African Industrialization Week. I think the African Industrialization Day was November 20th. And one of the major tools to fast-track industrialization is special economic zones. Special economic zone is an important instrument to promote foreign investments for industrial activities which are export-oriented for economic prosperity. But it's not about economic prosperity alone. It's about social inclusivity and environmental stewardship. That is the future. And the future is not what we hope for or what we wish for. The future is what we imagine and shape now. And this is a forum that provides a perfect opportunity to discuss and come up with action points. Investors out there, there's a growing demand on sustainability measures. And it is high time that we incorporate a green growth agenda in the development of our special economic zones so that we can enhance the desirability to attract that green investment for the purposes of economic growth and also to achieve our country's sustainability in terms of their commitment in terms of the sustainable development goals and the national determined contributions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to stand before you today as we discuss driving sustainable economic development through Africa's special economic zones, which is core to our economic aspirations. Let me express my gratitude for the invitation and acknowledge the presence of esteemed guests and partners who have joined us for this high-level dialogue. Your commitment to the economic progress of our nation and the African continent as a whole is both commendable and inspiring. Special economic zones have emerged as a powerful instrument of economic growth, leveraging strategic advantage to attract investments, stimulate trade, and foster innovation. Today, as we focus on the African context, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment, one that requires collective and strategic approach to drive sustainable economic development. Sustainable economic development is not merely an aspiration, but an imperative. As we embark on this journey of establishing and nurturing special economic zones across our continent, we must be guided by the principle, which I had just said earlier, that it is not just about economic prosperity, but it's about social inclusivity and environmental stewardship. At the same time, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is expected to be a game changer in the African economic landscape. The AFCFTA is creating a tariff-free continent, fostering inter-African trade and spurring local business. The African Special Economic Zones will be expected to leverage on this great market to ensure that it attracts the full foreign direct investment in the continent. Our discussion today goes beyond individual nations. It extends to the collaborative spirit and defines the African continent. Regional collaboration and integration are fundamental to the success of our special economic zone. The adoption of investor-friendly policies that align with sustainability goals is therefore key to striking the balance that ensure that our special economic zones attract the long-term investment that are both profitable and responsible. The 11th Council of Ministers of Trade held in Gabon, Botswana, agreed on a ministerial regulation on special economic zones to open the African market for goods made in ACZ in Africa to be traded preferentially as long as they meet the agreed rules of origin. With these agreed ministerial regulations, the regional economic communities, which are the building blocks of the AFCFTA, need to engage and finalize their more liberal investor-friendly ACZ policy that will make Africa and the preferred and premier investment destination in the world. Currently, the EAC partnerships, like many African countries, are at different stages of developing and implementing the ACZ program. This is proving to be a challenge in the implementation of the program in this region and trading between the countries. Consequently, the East African community, with the support of our development partners, has finalized the operation of the EAC policy and now is in the process of finalizing the EAC ACZ regulations. In conclusion, as we deliberate on the potential and promise of Africa as special economic zones, let us not forget the responsibility that comes with such endeavors. We are not merely shaping economic zones, we are sculpting the future of our nation. It is therefore critical that we be mindful of the challenges that accompany this journey, balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability, ensuring inclusivity and avoiding exploitation of poor working conditions. Minimum wages associated with manufacturing sectors are essential consideration. However, viewed as opportunities, these challenges can drive innovation and ensure that the benefits of ACZ are equitably distributed. Our call to action is for us to commit to a future where our ACZ stand as beacons of sustainable development, driving economic growth that leaves no one behind. And that is the theme of the Kenyan bottom-up economic transformation agenda, where we are aiming for an economic growth which is resilient, which is sustainable, and which is inclusive. Together, we can create a legacy of prosperity that resonates across borders and inspires generations to come. With this backdrop, we stand a better chance to harmonize special economic zones policies, infrastructure development, trade frameworks, and create a seamless economic landscape that benefits all of us as a continent. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to insightful discussion that will follow. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Secretary. And last but not least, among our guests of honor, it's very appropriate that we have with us the chairman of the overarching Global Association of Free Zones, that is the World Free Zones Organization. the chairman of that, as well as being the executive chairman of Dubai Integrated Economic Zones Authority, which groups together several of the most successful zones in Dubai and indeed the world, is His Excellency Mohammed Al Zarouni. I'm very pleased to invite him to come to the stage to share his remarks.
Mr. President of the region, Mrs. CEO of ODA, Mr. Secretary of Investment of Kenya, Director of Industry at African Union. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and thank you for the warm welcome. It is truly an honor to stand before such a distinguished gathering at the African Special Economic Zones annual meeting here in Tanger, Morocco. I extend my gratitude to the organizers, the African Union Commission's Department of Trade and Industry, and the Africa Economic Zones Organization for hosting this significant event under the theme, Fostering Sustainable Industrialization and Economic Diversification, a roadmap for African Special Economic Zones. As we convene today, we acknowledge the pivotal role that special economic zones play in propelling economic growth, attracting quality foreign direct investment, and advancing industrialization globally. The numbers speak for investments. The numbers speak for themselves, with approximately 200 special economic zones and 73 projects underway in 47 of the 54 African countries alone. This underscores the undeniable potential and impact of special economic zones in Africa's economic landscape. Yet, despite the progress, we must confront the challenges that hinder the full realization of special economic zones' potential. The isolated nature of some special economic zones, coupled with the race to attract foreign investment, often leaves African nations competing with each other without a sustainable framework tailored to our unique context. Today, I propose that we move beyond mere competition and focus on collaboration. Collaboration that fosters knowledge transfer, peer-to-peer learning, and technical cooperation in the design and implementation of sustainable special economic zone projects. The theme of this year's meeting, Fostering Sustainable Industrialization and Economic Diversification, is not just a slogan. It is a call to action. We need to ensure that special economic zones become not only engines of economic development, but also catalysts for innovation, knowledge sharing, and technology diffusion. As we navigate the fourth industrial revolution, sustainability and global value chains, adaptability and resilience in developing special economic zone projects become paramount. The World Free Zones Organization and our members are committed to this cause, we stand ready to support African Special Economic Zone on this journey. Our organization offers a range of services and products that can significantly contribute to the sustainable industrialization and economic diversification of special economic zones in Africa. Through our certification and educational programs, we provide a framework for excellence, ensuring the special economic zone adhere to international best practices. In collaboration with our goal network of experts, the World Free Zones organization is well equipped to assist African special economic zones in overcoming challenges and implementing sustainable strategies. By leveraging our experts, our expertise, resources, and initiatives, we aim to create a collaborative platform where African special economic zones can thrive and contribute significantly to the continent's economic development. As we gather here in Tanger, a city at the heart of international trade, let us seize this opportunity to pave the way for a new era of fully automated and sustainable special economic zones in Africa. I am confident that together we can navigate the challenges and emerge as beacons of sustainable industrialization and economic diversification. Thank you, and I look forward to the fruitful discussions and collaborations ahead, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and thanks again to our special guest of honor for joining us. So we will have a coffee break now. The bad news for our guest of honor is we're going to make you do a group photo before we allow you to have a coffee. So the rest of you, please adjourn to the reception area. Come back promptly in 15 minutes if you can, so we get back on the program. I would like to invite all those who just spoke this morning, as well as steering committee members from Senegal, Gabon, Mali, to please come and join us for a photo of our VIPs. Thank you very much.